Hey everybody, been way too long, but I told you I would come to you more frequently with more content. Here we go, let's jump right into it. So this week, it's the 29th that this event happens, the next meeting of the Federal Reserve. And we just had the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, come out, inflation 9.1%, depending on what source you heard it from. And the true cost of inflation is higher than that if you got really technical about it. But have you ever stopped and thought, and this goes back to, as you continue to get financially literate, when you utilize these resources that the various sources are sharing with you, for me, from my mentor, the creature from Jekyll Island, the history of the creation of the Federal Reserve, you'll realize that this just is a game. This is, the Federal Reserve has never won at anything they've ever done. They've never really prevented all these things they talk about, and they make no sense, along with using big words that you have to look up to understand what they mean. What do they do? Like, how effective are they? How are they really helping us? They're not. They're not helping the average person. They could care less. And so they're talking about inflation being 9%, 9.1%. Janet Yellen saying on 60 Minutes that we're not quite sure that we're in a recession. Because have you ever stopped and thought about it? Janet Yellen could care less what inflation is. She's wealthy. She's not affected by the price of gas or the price of groceries. She could care less what that is. She's not affected by it. So she has a beautiful home, I'm sure. And she probably has several. She's got tons of investments. Money is not Janet Yellen's issue. Wealth is not Janet Yellen's issue. So why should we even believe and care what they say? Get yours. So this week, the Federal Reserve is going to come out, and our buddy, Mr. Powell, will talk about in these eloquent, beautiful terms, big words, and say a whole lot of nothing. Other than, like, for most Americans, or the Americans who aren't wealthy, you're going to feel this, right? And so how do you not, the question becomes, how do you not want to feel it? How do you not want to be affected by what the talking heads are saying, right? And the Federal Reserve is saying? Well, you get financially literate, for one. You also understand that I'm talking about the Federal Reserve, talking about things that affect us here on this planet, and this government, in this realm. There's also another realm that we operate in, right? And that's the kingdom of God. And that has laws, but there's a different currency. There's no currency in the kingdom of God, and it operates differently than here. And you're a part of that kingdom, whether you know it or not. So we're operating in two kingdoms. So you got to get financially literate for this kingdom, and then you have to be godly literate for the kingdom of God. So we're operating in two kingdoms. But the more you understand and educate yourself in these kingdoms, how they operate, the better prepared and the better position you will be in, whether that's a position where you're not affected by it, like Mrs. Yellen, and Mr. Powell here in this kingdom, and then understanding where God created you to be and operate, and how to operate in His. And for that, for those answers, you look to Myron Golden and check out my Bible Success Academy link, as well as in this kingdom, in this realm, as far as money goes. How about winning? What's a quick way to get ahead, right, Ken? Maybe you're asking, I don't have a lot of money to invest, Ken. You don't need a lot of money to invest. You need a decision and a mindset. For $65, you can take advantage of a platform called Recompense that's in my link. It's a 2x2 force matrix, and you could earn $4,200 and do it over again. I've gotten started. I'm not at the $4,200 level yet, but For $65, that's like Chipotle for a family of 5. People spend far more than $65 in an outing. You could go to the movies for 2 people, depending on the time, the movie, and then what refreshments you buy with that, and spend over $100 easily. So for the price of, and I meant to say potentially, you could potentially earn $4,600 on a $65 buy-in. Potentially. Well, to potentially return $4,200 back on 65, I'll do that all day long. That's me. Will you? Check out my links in the description below. Give me comments, likes, and shares. And as always, I want for myself what I want for everyone. I want for everyone what I want for myself.